G'day everyone, Master Rabbit here from CapsuleComputers.com. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running through Mass Effect Infiltrator on the Apple iOS. Now we're playing it actually on the iPad at the moment, and it will work pretty much, and it does work pretty much the same as on the Apple iPhone. So just to make it easier, we're going to be playing it through on the iPad. It looks much nicer on the screen and easier to look at. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through basic gameplay, and I'm not going to give you away any story spoilers or anything like that, because I know a lot of people don't like to know what's going on with the story, especially for Mass Effect 3. But this one here does not follow the storyline at all. It's going off on a side sort of story, and this is the main character that we're going to be using here. Now what I'll do is I'll run through and go start from a specific chapter. What I'll do, I'm not going to resume from where I am. I'm going to go in and start from a specific chapter, which is probably one of the first ones. As you can see, once you've completed specific levels, they unlock and you can replay them again. Now the reason why you can replay them is by basically collecting credits. Now with the credits that you can use in the game, you use them to upgrade your abilities and weapons, biotics and everything like that. So what I'll do is I'll start off and play the first level and show you how that works. And it's very simple, not too complicated, but it does take a little bit of time to getting used to. So we'll start off with the ice, in the ice giant section. So as you can see, we're going to be playing as Randall, and he's basically going to be going in and doing a bit of investigating. Alright, so as you can see here, we've got different sections, and with the different sections, as you can see on the screen, I give you a rating on how you've done, basically on how you complete the levels, which you will see once I start through. So each level has its own, like, if you want to call it, like, you know, gold, silver, bronze sort of standard. They're named in different names. As you see, this one's a soldier, and I'll run through and start off in the first section. Now when you first start off, it is a little bit complicated. You're not sure exactly what you're doing and the way you use your techniques and mechanical and the abilities that you have. So with the control system, not too complicated. It's very, very easy. You got the left and right for walking around. Okay, then you've got the forward, up and down. You've also got on the right hand side, you got the up, down, left and right look around. Now as you can see on the screen, you've got a pointer where you actually meant to go. If you don't know where you're going, let's say for example I'm facing this way, I can tap the screen. Unfortunately it doesn't do it in this section, in this level, but what happens is a little pointer in the middle, like a compass, appears, and this appears like further on in the game, and it actually helps out on where you're meant to go. Now in the top right hand corner, before we start into the action, you've got our abilities, like your biotic abilities. So you've got the pull, you've got the whip, and you've got two others. Now basically I'll show you those in a minute. Then you've also got 4 different weapons. I haven't purchased them, I can purchase them if I want. Got the standard machine gun assault, you've got the shotgun, sniper, and that one there, I can't remember the name, but I'll show you once we get to the store. Now with that in mind, you can just choose what you want. Then you've also got here the cloaking. I'm not going to press it, because when I press it you go invisible and the enemies don't see you. Alright, so let's start off.
You should be able to vault over there.
Alright, so it can basically tells you the basics. So once you get to a certain point, when you're fighting against enemies, you can see that you can go through by going onto the wall, and you can take the wall and cover, and enemies cannot kill you when you're behind a wall, right there as you can see. And then all you do is you swipe up, and it jumps us over and takes us into the next section. Alright, so now you can see there is an enemy. Now as you can see on the screen, it's basically telling you to tap on the enemy. You can, no problem at all. So when you do tap, it brings it up, and then what you got to do is you can see that the reticule that came up basically doesn't actually target the enemy perfectly, but what it will do is you then got to move your finger over to get to that certain point to get the sweet spot, if you want to call it. So what I do, tapping once again takes you back into cover, and then you can swipe across and move to the next one. So as you can see right now, you got different abilities. So if I want, I could get this. I can use my pull, select the pull. It will drag and take the guy out. Once that, see how you can see that little area Alright, so what I've just done, I've just killed him very quickly, but as you can see, like he had like a bit of shading around him, as you can see, like the shading around each one. So when you pull someone towards you, or if you want to kill someone, you must have that shading or that cover system around them so that you can actually kill them and use that to your advantage. So for example, here they want to basically get quick attacks to get more style points, and that actually assists you with getting a better rating at the end of each level. So let's just continue on. So by doing that, tapping on him, moving the ridicule over, then going over to here, tapping it very quickly, moving the ridicule down, and as you can see, you've chained attacks and you've gotten a better score. So I can swipe up and run to the next one, he'll roll through, and if I like, I can use another technique. I can bring this one out, select that, it will drag and grab him, and it'll put him up, and then I can swipe my finger across and it'll throw him around the screen. As you can see, he's just throwing him around the screen. Alrighty, so that completes the level. Very easy. So as you can see, they just gave me a soldier rating. Now that was, my style was great, my time was bad because I was explaining to you guys how to play. My health was fantastic, didn't die, and that gave me a soldier rating. Now, as you can see in the points score, I've got a lot of credits, but every time you can replay the levels and it'll give you a certain amount of points per level. As you can see, I got the soldier rating, but if you do it again and you get a higher gold rating, you'll get more credits. And you can continually do this and grind your way to get as much money as you want, and then you can go to the store and just use it. So for example, I can go to the store, or I can use the intel. The intel is like little drops that you can use, and you can transfer them into upload into the Galaxy at War, which is like links to your your connection to your Mass Effect 3, which then gives you intel which you can use in the game in Mass Effect 3. Otherwise, you can just trade it all up, 33 of them for 825 credits so far. In my recommendation, I would use it in your Mass Effect 3. If you are a fan of Mass Effect 3 and you've got the game, link it up using your Orion login account, and I would recommend doing it that way. So that's basically how the intel works. But then going back into the store, this is the fun part. Alrighty, so now what you can see is you got different abilities, weapons, helmets, armor that you can use. So for example, going into weapons, now this is what I was explaining to you before. You got your assault rifle, you got your shotgun, you got your sniper, and you got your beam. Now this is the one I was basically telling you about before. Great thing about it is as soon as you press it, it'll actually give you a rundown of what it is. So let's hear what beam says.
The M333 particle beam is an experimental focused radiation weapon of Cerberus manufacture based on collector technology reverse engineered in covert off-world labs. Precise and lethal, the M333 is effective against shields and barriers, but less effective against armor.
Alright, so as you can see, each weapon has its own bonuses and defenses and weaknesses. So they're all different ones that you can use in different technique, like different situations. So as you can see, to unlock that, it's going to cost me 5,000, and I've got a lot of money. As you can see in the top right hand corner, I've got 12,050 credits. So of course, if I wanted to, I can unlock it. Won't do that now, but that's how that works. Then you've also got the sniper. Unlocking that at only 2,000. Then once you've unlocked it, then you upgrade them. So as you can see, I'm on level 2 of the assault. By selecting on that, that'll actually make it, well, sorry, level 4, because you start off with a level 1. So that basically gives you a rundown, and if I want to upgrade, bang, press upgrade, and that'll work that way too. Alright, so that's the weapons. Then you've got your biotics. The biotics work in the same way too. It's really well designed. As you can see, it gives you a rundown of what each weapon, what each biotic does. You've got the pull. That's the one I was using before as a leash. You've got the storm, and you've got the salvo. So the salvo is like a rocket launcher. It just lets launches out a truckload of different different bullets at the enemies. So that's the 4 you've got. Not a lot, but it all does come in handy. And then you've got your abilities. Now the abilities work pretty cool. You got the sprint, makes you run faster. Your sliding, and your cloaking. The cloaking is very important because the cloaking actually lets you hide. Enemies can't see you. You can last for longer without them seeing you. Alrighty, then you've got the melee attacks. Same way. You got your punch, your push, and your charge. Now all they work pretty much when you're close to an enemy. You've got like it turns in like an orangey kind of shade around them. You can press it and bang, it'll cause melee damage. That's how they work. Then you've got your armor, got your helmet. Now with your helmet, you pretty much don't have to wear a helmet, and you can basically see the Randall's face. Otherwise, you can just put, like for example, the Infiltrator one that comes with the game. Then you've got different type of ones like your stealth. Does 10% more headshot damage. Then you've got 10% shield strength for defense, helmet, and offensive 10% more damage on your weapon. So basically, you know, every single one is a little bit different. Otherwise, you can just have a little bit of everything, which is a headshot, weapon, and shield damage. By selecting that, puts it back on and gives you the damage. So that's how that one works. And then lastly, the armor. Alrighty, so that pretty much works the same way. Every one you've got just gives you 10% of extra. And then you've got the Infiltrator one that I've got equipped at the moment, which gives you 3% of each one there. So of course you can change it and do whatever you like. So that's pretty much it. So that's the store, and with the store that pretty much takes you there. Otherwise, if you want, you can continue and go on and continue playing with the game. Now, so this basically, the first level is very simple, not too complicated. Runs you through the basics control system, how to fight, how to control, how to go through and do certain things. So for example, if I just jump back out and I continue back and go into, sorry, if I jump back out, go back and select the main menu. So I'll quit, go yes, and what I'll do is I'll show you another level where it does get a little bit more complicated and a bit more hectic. Alrighty, so I'll jump back in. Let's go play, and what I'll do is I will resume, and you'll see a little bit more action on the screen. So in this section here, we're going to be taking on some drone robots. Oh, my bad. Go back again. I'll quit. Start from this section where I'm supposed to go. So I'll basically load the section where I want to go, and I'll take you there. Alrighty. So, taking us back in, sorry about this, go back in, we'll select the chapter, and we'll take you to the last section, which was right here. Alrighty, so what we'll do is we'll go to section 4. So a lot of crap going on the screen here. There'll be a lot of enemies to take on, and you can see that when you do take them on, you've got a different type of technique to take them on. Alright, so these guys are here, they're all after you. So we're going to run off, get to the screen. You get to the section point. Okay, so now here we are. We've got a whole lot of them on the screen. They're all over the place. Now, how are we going to take them out? Pretty much the best way to do it would be using your biotics to start with. So we can take, for example, this one. Let's pull this guy. Now, I've got a shotgun on. Select him up. Pull him out of cover. Once he's highlighted, take him out. Tap again and hide it. And then what you can see is in the top right hand corner, the cooling down system has to cool down completely before you can use the biotic again, or your skill. So I can use it again. Select this guy over here. Bring him over. He's going to pull us over, and once he gets close, bang. Alright, so we got him as well. Alright, now we got pretty much a different, if you want, we can continue using the same technique, or we can use the leash. Now we've got to make sure these guys have to be out of hiding, out of cover to use them. Alright, so we've pulled out 2 guys already. Tap the screen, get back into another one. Once that happens, as you can see in this level here, we're going to get a whole lot of reinforcements coming through. Now we've got different type of enemies. Now this guy here that's coming up has got a shield, and he's a riot trooper. So he's going to be a bit more of a trouble. He's got a shotgun in his hand. So we're going to grab this guy and pull him out of the way. Swipe him out. Kill him. Drop out of the section. Now if I wanted to, I can just pretty much go to my machine gun, and that gives me more of a range in weapon shooting. So for example, I can get this guy, hide, and this guy's out of range. There you go. So I just took him out. So if I wanted to, I don't have to use a shotgun, I don't have to use the biotics, I can use my machine gun. And there's also destructibles right there. So if I want to shoot those destructibles, I can. Or if I wanted to, get the pull out, pull this guy out of the, pull this guy out once again, and then shoot him. That pretty much takes him out pretty cool. So if I want, then there's also, as I said, there's also those intels on the ground, so you don't want to lose those. Always pick them up. Alright, so go into hiding one more time. and we'll use the pull on this guy over here once he comes out of hiding. If not, we can just attack him straight away. Otherwise, we can go into cloak mode. Cloak mode's good, so he doesn't know where we are. See, we're watching around, he doesn't know where we are, and if you like, we can just use that. Perfect. And kill him, and that takes him out. Alright, so once that happens, you got to pretty much, of course, more reinforcements in this level come into play, so we can try and hide, get out of there, as this guy's pretty much took us out nearly. Yeah, I don't want to die, but they're going to probably get me now. There's two riot police there, so we use this guy so you can take this guy out, pull him up, and kill him out of the way, go back into hiding. Then we got that one, we can use the pull on this guy, bring him up, go back into hiding, and we've got last one left for this level, hopefully. He's going to get us. All we can do is we can go into cloak mode. He won't see us, so we can go in and punch him. Move back a bit, shoot him. That takes him out. Alrighty, so that pretty much completes the level. Once it's done, there's a little bit more to go, but I'm not going to continue any further. I don't want to give it all away. As you can see, that is a really simple, not too complicated fighting techniques for Mass Effect Infiltrator. So I'm going to jump out, go back out into the main menu and end this gameplay presentation. So that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions on how Mass Effect works or anything like that, leave them on the post on YouTube. Like us if you like us, and thank you for watching. Master Rabbit signing out from CapsuleComputers.com.